If you told me back in 2021 that the festival, at the time Holy War Festival, because they were still doing that, Zeldris was gonna remain a relevant unit for 3 years, and we don't know for how long even, I would laugh at you, because this guy was so mid at launch, and somehow, someway, he still perseveres. It wasn't just mid. People really weren't happy that the festival Zeldris that we got was a back unit. So in honor of getting him True Awaken, I'll try to use him in the front. This team kind of lacks debuffs, unless I use Zeldris debuff card, but I will try our best. Obviously Zeldris got a much necessary buff at one point, where his passive went from needing 10 debuffs to do 20% basic stats to only needing 8 debuffs, which is way easier, and giving 24%. Ooh. Now, even then, I would still say like Zeldris is good, right? But it's nothing amazing. But the thing is, Zeldris remains relevant still, and I'm giving him True Awakening so that he gets extra CC for my human team. Because some teams, the game just refuses to give proper back units. And Zeldris is so versatile. It's like, for some teams, it can be hard to get debuffs in. Honestly, I want you to bring Kusok for the passive where you get extra damage on a single target if you don't crit, but I need a debuffer. Like, this is not gonna work without a debuffer. It's much easier to slide in a debuffer to your team than it is to like live without a back unit. It really is. So Zeldris accomplishes a lot. His relic helps quite a bit. Is a very good relic, and I think when they released him, they were kind of like trying to make him a back unit, half trying to make him work in the front as well. Like, he has a decent single target, I'll say that. The cleave card, but and then like Kusok came out, which worked pretty good with him, but like, you know, it never really was all that. I think if they leaned in fully when he came out to just 100% back unit, kind of like how they did, you know, like Ragnarok Bond, right? That's not a festival, so maybe not on the same realm of discussion, but like that character came out, back unit, like there's no discussion. Like Zeldris was like, I mean, you could use him in the front. Shut up, he's a back unit. Like, he's a back unit. Day one he was. Okay, we swapped non-speed in for the debuffs. I'm not the most confident on our abilities here, but hey man, it's not like I'm expecting greatness to come out of this video, okay? We're just doing this for fun, because Zeldris was never meant for this role. He never will be. And it is what it is, right? That's why when he came out, we were kind of disappointed, because it was our first festival Zeldris. Was it our first Zeldris in a long time too? I think so. Red Zeldris had come out, I think, quite some time before this as well. And, you know, when he came out, I was like, ooh. I mean, having a universal back-in is not the worst thing ever. Oh, sick. Yeah, this just sucks. this just he's just not meant for this. Couldn't even. Yeah. Having universal back-in is fine, but it's Zeldris, you know. He should have been like a crazy DPS, you know. But it never was. It feels like that's what Zeldris has been throughout the game, for the most part. Since Red Zeldris has always been the support, you know, like Red Zeldris, then you have Festival Zeldris, and you have Nebula Zeldris, all support characters, which is fine, right? Someone has to be support, but couldn't they have picked a different character? I mean, Zeldris could have been a crazy DPS, you know? This Fast Zeldris or Nebula Zeldris, I think both of these releases, I remember, like, people were very disappointed, because, like, someone has to be support. Like, give Kusok support, which they did. Not Festival, but the Demon Kusok. Give Chandler support. Not Zeldris, you know? But that's what they have seemingly assigned Zeldris to be. Demon support, for the most part, right? You have Red Zeldris was Commendment support. And then we have this Zeldris, like, you know, general support, but he came out alongside Chandler on his banner, so assumingly you'd want to run him with demons, right? And then we have, you know, that Nebula Zeldris, which was like full-on demon support, and hopefully the next Zeldris will not follow the same path, because someone has to be. And someone has been. No, Kusok is there. I'm using him as a backender right now because he's the best demon support. That's fine. Keep him with that role. No one cares that much about Kusok. Or maybe there's some big Kusok fans out there, but that's not majority of people, right? But people are big fans of Zeldris, and I would like to actually use him instead of keeping him in the back of all my teams. That was the same thing with Nebula Zeldris, right? Like, you would have him in the front for a few teams, but a lot of the time of the lifespan of Nebula Zeldris, he was on the back, which is not fun. And I'm not gonna mention Demon King Zeldris, because that's Demon King, right? Like, it's not Zeldris anymore. It's Demon King in the body of Zeldris. And even then, he kind of is demon support. Although he does do damage for himself too. So yeah, for now, Zeldris remains in the relevancy, which is crazy. You know, that's how bad the state of back units have been, which makes sense. Like, they don't want to be releasing that many because, for one, it's not as exciting, alright? People are not as excited to summon for back units, which makes sense. But they're necessary, right? So, you know. And for sure, they don't release as many characters as they used to. Back when Zeldris came out, they would release 2 characters every 2 weeks. So you would have like one character fulfill X role and another character fulfill another role on the same week. But they don't do that anymore, mainly because they're understaffed, probably. Not probably, they definitely are understaffed. You know, they've said in the Origin interview that, like, pretty much the whole Origin team is Grand Cross team allocated to work on Origin, so what does that tell me, right? You know? Grand Cross is not the most staffed game at the current moment. And so they don't have the people, they don't have the manpower or woman power, let's be inclusive, but you know, to make as many characters anymore. These characters take a lot of work. The animations are ever so, like, more intricate for all, like, new festivals and stuff. Like, you compare a character from 2019, like Green Escanor, and like the one Ultimate's like night and day, right? The difference in the animations, but that makes sense. The game is getting, you know, getting with the times. If it's stuck making the same, you know, I don't want to say boring animations, because since day one, Grand Cross has had amazing animations, but you get what I mean. So yeah, I mean, I do hope we get to see more Zeldrises, but especially now, with Demon King being somewhat recent still, I don't think we're getting one very soon. Oh, that's not gonna kill. Dang. Yeah, I don't think we're getting one very soon. It just doesn't sound very likely. The fact that we can't run both together is very unfortunate. I don't think they will ever make an update where you can run same name characters. That probably wouldn't work. With all the Meliodas and stuff, that definitely wouldn't work. But maybe an update where it doesn't stop you from running characters that are like in the same body, like Mael and Estarossa. But they probably wouldn't, because they don't make that many quality of life updates anymore. Alright. The Zeldris video wasn't supposed to be long anyways, but I don't know for how much longer I can record because my throat still hurts. Still kind of sick. So I'll just end with this one. We'll keep using him in like every human team until hopefully, maybe, unlikely, but hopefully they release a back unit for humans. What a crazy concept. It won't happen though, I don't think. Because like I said, we only have so many characters we get per month now. Like 2 per month, which is terrible. One of those being a back unit is not very good for their bottom line, probably. Probably doesn't make that much money. Good damage, melee.